U.S. intelligence agency, mind control.
The Democratic Republic of Congo Army says it stopped an attempted coup.
Uh-oh, we're here already. Markers.
On Sunday. Here's Army spokesman Sylvain Ekenge.
The armed forces of the Democratic Republic of Congo inform our citizens and the international community that an attempted coup d'etat has been nipped in the bud by the defense and security forces. The attempt involved foreigners and Congolese. These foreigners and Congolese were put out of action, including their leaders.
Ekenge told Reuters that some 50 people had been arrested, including 3 American citizens, and that the leader of the operation had been killed. A Reuters reporter said gunfire rang out around 4 a.m. in the capital, Kinshasa. Ekenge said armed men attacked the presidency in the city center. Another attack took place at the nearby home of Vital Kamerhe, a member of parliament who was tipped to become speaker. Accounts of the second attack came in posts on X by the Japanese ambassador and Kamerhe's spokesman, who said that 2 guards and an attacker had been killed at the residence. Ekenge named the leader of the attempted coup as Christian Malanga, a US-based Congolese politician. A live stream video on Facebook showed Malanga inside the presidential palace shortly before he was killed by authorities. Malanga is seen railing against the Congo president Felix Tshisekedi and his ally Kamerhe, the suspected target of the reported second attack.
We, the military, are tired. We can't put up with Tshisekedi and Kamerhe any longer. They've messed up this country too much. We've lived abroad, and when we see the social situation of the soldiers' children, it's unacceptable. Felix, you out! Felix must go. Felix, you're out.
Tshisekedi was re-elected for a second term as president in December, but has yet to name a government. In the wake of the attack on Sunday, residents of Kinshasa were left with more questions.
I hate this guy more than anyone else, but let me just, can we just analyze something? Okay, so these guys were like known opposition figures. He brought people with him from America to participate in this. Like he had his own like goon squad, right? I shouldn't say that. Is that racist if they're black?
No.
Now I sound like Ann Coulter, but that was the joke.
Now you sound like an idiot because you stopped yourself.
I'm just joking. I'm making a joke, bro. It's an Ann Coulter joke. Anyway, like, how do you just be a militant and like banned from that country and then arrive there? Like, what's going on with your customs? Who got bribed at? There's just so many things that don't add up to me. And you know me, I'm not one to be like conspiracy brained about stuff, but like something deeper is going on here. I'm not saying it's a false flag or anything, but something deeper is definitely going on. And who knows if the security forces even killed that opposition figure. Maybe he was killed by his own guys because they planned on just using him as a figurehead and getting him out of the way, which is unlikely, but like, who knows?
Yeah.
That's why they had their passports with them. They just came out of customs.
Yeah, exactly.
Who these people are. What is happening in the country is not right. The palace of the nation has always been very secure. How did they get there?
U.S. Ambassador
exactly
said in a post on social media that she was, quote, very concerned by the reported involvement of American citizens and that the embassy would cooperate fully.
Watch this be fucking Eric Prince, dude.
The United Nations stabilization
I think
DRC
that's my current. That's going to be my current wild card theory.
The coup attempt happened early on Sunday morning.
It's either like a legitimate coup and there's no outside involvement, or there is, right? And I can't decide which one. It could be either or. There's not enough evidence for me to believe either way. But there's too many inconsistencies as well for me to believe something. So any evidence that does come up, I would need to also like invalidate inconsistencies that's going on. And like one of the puzzle pieces that would fit in there is if it was like a Trump Eric Prince thing, like they tried to do in Venezuela and all that shit. Because like, why not? Why not? The resources in the Congo are great.
Time in the DRC capital, Kinshasa. Armed men wearing military uniforms stormed the DRC president's office and called for President Felix Tshisekedi to step down. The DRC army says some of the armed men were killed and others arrested. The army spokesperson, General Sylvain Ekenge, says Congolese citizens and foreigners were among those arrested. The coup attempt happened a few hours after a gunfight was reported outside the home of the DRC's former deputy minister, Vital Kamerhe. Unidentified armed men attacked the guards at Mr. Kamerhe's residence, leading to a gun battle that left 3 people dead. Vital Kamerhe was recently chosen to run in the election for the Speaker of Parliament by the ruling coalition, the Sacred Union. The unrest in the DRC capital comes amid an ongoing conflict in the east of the country that has claimed hundreds of lives and displaced more than 2 million people since 2020. The Congolese army says the situation is now under control and urges the public to know about
Yes, the one guy is a Trump supporter. Yes, that's one of the reasons why I'm leaning more towards an Eric Prince thing. Who else could get him in the country?
SABC.
True. Who has the resources is the question.
and the need. And like, because like this guy was not a friend of America, the current president. And because it was so unsuccessful, it shows that, because like a legitimate coup, you look at the Shahal nations, boom, like they took power right away. Well, a perfect example of a legitimate attempted coup as well is Sudan right now. They attempted a coup. It's not going well for them. So there's a lot of things. I'm very eager to see what more information we gather from this one.
News, Kinshasa.
And like Rwanda as well. Rwanda wants it, so like Rwanda could be behind it as well.
True.
Look at, they even, Crux here even quoted attempted coup. It was in quotes. These guys suck, by the way. I don't know if I put them on
do
there
they?
by mistake. Yeah.
No, I put them on there because you didn't have enough
never
of
use
this.
them. Yeah,
Why?
because there's not a lot of information on it. Because this is all they do. They're just like it's always
okay.
text on screen shit.
Well, is there any more? Because there's no more on this. Was that all the information that there was?
I mean, I can pull up more information on it. Yeah.
Like anything more, like more information, because this is.
Well, there's also not a lot of stuff on the revolt in France that I've put on there yet. So.
Well, I got a few there, but that can just be a starting story because that is going to continue. That's going to continue for a little bit.
Coffins draped in Democratic Republic of Congo flags holding the remains of victims of a refugee camp bombing were lowered into graves near Goma on Wednesday. Anger has been directed at Rwanda over the attack. The deaths illustrate the worsening humanitarian fallout from the 2-year conflict between Congolese forces and the Rwanda-backed rebel group M23, which has moved closer to Goma in recent months, prompting thousands to seek refuge in the city. A crowd of protesters demanded sanctions against Rwanda, whom they accuse of supporting the rebels. At a funeral broadcast on state television, Democratic Republic of Congo's Human Rights Minister, Albert Fabrice Puella, vowed the perpetrators would be punished for what he called a Congolese genocide for economic reasons, perpetrated by Rwanda.
What about India? We want an
Congo's
India
government,
source?
the UN, and Western...
Sure.
There's France 24 sources on it, but I don't trust them. They claim. Yeah, I don't trust France 24.
Yeah.
Plus, they also have ties to Hezbollah. So.
Powers have repeatedly accused Rwanda of backing the M23, claims it denies. An M23 leader accused Congolese authorities of bombing their own people to provoke international anger.
Who said that? Rwanda said that? Who said that? Hang on, go back. Who said that?
Their own people to provoke international anger. Western powers have repeatedly accused Rwanda of backing the M23, claims it denies. An M23 leader accused Congolese authorities of bombing their own people to provoke international anger.
That's not. I thought it was like Rwanda said that. I was about to say no way, no way they would say something that stupid. But the M23 themselves probably.
Yeah.
How about this looks like an interesting source. I'll send you this one too.
This will work.
This is definitely something we're going to need more reporting on.
Well, the army and the Democrat.
Yeah, we'll cover it on Wednesday.
On Wednesday as well.
Republic of Congo says it stopped an attempted coup involving local and foreign fighters. A group of armed men attacked the home of the deputy prime minister in the capital, Kinshasa. The assailants fought with guards in the neighborhood near the presidential palace, and 2 police officers and one of the attackers were killed in a shootout. We have Alain Waikani, our correspondent, joining us from Goma in the DRC. So what more has the army said, Alain, about this reported coup?
The army didn't communicate out of the brief communication from the main spokesperson on the main television, revealing the identity of the gunmen, those who have attacked.
Yes.
So he must. Is this Al Jazeera? Who is this?
Yes, this is Al Jazeera.
Okay, so that guy's probably there. He was in the Congo in Goma reporting on the M23 rebels attacking there. And then this also happened. So they're like, hey, do we have anyone in the Congo right now? And the closest guy is in Goma.
The presidential palace and also the residence of the deputy prime minister, one of the prominent person to become in the following weeks the next president of the parliament of the DRC. So these people, they are mainly composed, according to the DRC army, by the foreigners and also Congolese based in the diaspora. We have even seen a small note from the U.S. ambassador expressing the concern of the U.S. on one of the American citizens among this assayat which was arrested with his American passport, and also some of them are holding Canadian passport. These people, they are mainly composed with the Congolese from diaspora. It has nothing, the coup attempt has nothing so far with the national army. There is no any link or relation which has been made
like funny.
between.
You know how huge the Congo is, right? It's like one of the bigger countries out there, right? So this guy's here on the border with Rwanda, right? The capital is over here. You could literally not get further away in the country. Like, it's peak distance. Like, that is like, but then when the like, obviously they had the girl on the ground right in Khartoum when the Sudan fight broke out. She was a really good reporter too.
These people with the local army here or a member of the security forces from Kinshasa, they are based in Europe. They have been very active against politicians by attacking some of the top official leaders of the DRC while they are visiting Europe, for example. And also some of them have been attacking the musician. But no one was aware that these people were planning some
It's
this
also
kind of attack
it's something
on
about
the
his body
main
shape
places.
that makes me not trust him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a presidential palace, as we have seen today, the army says they will come with more details in the coming hours, even though this situation has raised already a concern and debate among the population, asking questions on how they succeeded to manage to enter in these high protected places and also attacking one of the prominent officials of the government of Felix
that it would
Tshisekedi.
sound just the same as like the stereotypical accent that everyone does, but that's an East African one. Look what they got. Look what these guys got.
They have scars. That's cool. That's an expensive rifle.
Yeah, they got a fucking optic on it too. Is that guy white?
We are waiting.
Is the guy with an optic on his rifle white?
Sure does look white.
Is that a little white boy nose sticking out of there?
How
is
interesting.
that a Kenyan flag on that guy's chest? Who are these guys?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay.
More details from the army in the coming hours and to
so that's not
see
in
how
the Congo.
Things will go in the town of Kinshasa.
Okay, thank you, Alan, for that update.
Kenya's military is insane. They're like probably one of the better ones in Africa. So they wouldn't be surprised me if Kenya
make sure to subscribe
because they hate Rwanda. So
yeah, well,
the May 9th report.
That's enough, I guess.
Are you aware of a CIA psychological profile about you, sir? Would you be interested in hearing what the CIA had to say? This secret study portrays as a brilliant but dangerous megalomaniac who is likely to pursue his own aims in disregard of U.S. interests. He's an uncertain ally. Shall I go on, or would you prefer that I stop, sir?